I'd been up and down in my weight my whole life, but this time was a little bit different.
Yes, this part of the body no one talks about also affects the rate you burn those carbs and calories, which causes some of those weight loss issues as we all deal with when we age.
And you gave me the fix for all of it.
I'm going to tell you about a really simple solution and one thing that you can do to improve your health right at home.
I love it, man. Folks, I'm telling you, this guy really changed my life. He really did. And now he's going to change all of yours, too.
It's something that plagues millions of us, and it's so easy to fix.
All right, Doc, what is it? Everybody's on pause. On you. What is it?
You had mitochondria decline.
That's right. That's what I had. Sounds like a mighty decline. You had the mitochondria. Yeah, that's what I had. What is it, Doc?
Mitochondria.
But well, first of all, on a serious note now, what are mitochondria?
So mitochondria are these tiny little structures in every cell that creates its energy. And they are so important for your overall health. And if these tiny itty-bitty parts of every cell in your body, your mitochondria, if the mitochondria is in decline, your whole body performs poorly.
Okay, so Doc, explain to everybody that's watching and everybody out there how this really works.
It's kind of complex, but I'm going to make it so easy for you to understand. So simple, in fact, that I promise you and everybody out there, they're going to be experts by the time we get done with this video. These tiny little mitochondria, they turn the food that we eat into that crucial energy for your whole body. Here's how it works. When you eat food, it goes down your digestive tract. Then your digestive tract breaks it down into smaller pieces. Once your food is in those smaller pieces, it's actually these little guys, the mitochondria cells, that convert it into energy. That energy is called ATP and is what powers your muscles, your heart, your brain, and gut, everything in your body. The scientific term, again, is ATP, but you don't like to keep things simple, so let's call it the miracle molecule, okay? And this miracle molecule is truly miraculous, as you found out, yeah. Right? And when a cell needs energy anywhere in your body, from your heart, muscles, brain, or gut to function, it comes from that miracle molecule produced by your mitochondria. Now, problems start to happen, like the things Steve was suffering from, like weight gain, brain fog, fatigue, gut issues, when your mitochondria become damaged. When these mitochondria are damaged, let's say rusty or broken, they can't produce enough of this miracle molecule to power the body. Mm-hmm. So how do the mitochondria get rusty and broken? There are three crucial things that can damage them. Let's call them the mitochondrial destroyers. They are key to understanding your mitochondrial health. The first mitochondrial destroyer is the standard American diet. We can all attest that we probably don't eat completely clean, right? But the standard American diet, processed foods that come in cans and boxes and packages, we can feel that that's just not good for us, right? Our cells are unable to maintain the flow of that miracle molecule. Even foods you ate when you were younger, like a lot of sugar, can damage cellular tissue and mitochondria for a long time to come. We didn't know that we were supposed to eat anything different. But back then, it wasn't our fault. It's just stuff we grew up with. But now that we know it, there's something we can do about it, which we'll tell you about in a few moments. The second mitochondrial destroyer is, unfortunately, something that we all have to deal with: aging. And while we can't reverse or do anything about aging, the good news is that we can slow and reverse mitochondrial aging. You see, as your body ages, so do your cells. And just as some cells grow faster than others, some age faster than others. So communication can break down between the cells and our mitochondria, causing them to become less efficient at functioning, and that's when accelerated aging happens in your body. And maybe why Mr. H was feeling like an old man, yeah. Right? But when the mitochondria are young, they communicate well, like in the early days of a relationship. But over time, like a marriage, communication can break down. So just like in a relationship or a marriage, you need to find a way to restore that communication to help solve this problem. And the third mitochondrial destroyer is another thing that is almost impossible to avoid, and also another thing that nobody really talks about, but it's toxins. It's the toxins that build in your body over time. It comes from things all around us and things we use on a daily basis that we can't help. So think about it. All three of these mitochondrial destroyers, aging, the standard American diet, and toxins, are damaging those ever-important mitochondria and destroying our health. And if those mitochondria are damaged, they aren't able to make enough of that miracle molecule that's so crucial for every part of our body. When your mitochondria is rusty or broken in your gut cells run slower, and you may have symptoms like indigestion, bloating, irregular bowel function. When your mitochondria is rusty and broken in the brain, your brain cells run slower. You have brain fog, your thinking is labored, and you have trouble focusing. When your mitochondria is rusty and broken in the cells of your heart or muscles, you run low energy, endurance, and strength. So the key to better health, and the millions who are struggling with these common symptoms, is to get those mitochondria fit again. They are all tied to your mitochondrial health.
So let me ask you this, Doc. How do people know if they have mitochondrial decline?
It's simple. They felt like you did, right? Which are common symptoms, right? So maybe they feel exhausted. They're bloated. Their bowels are irregular. In fact, the #1 symptom I hear coming from both men and women is fatigue. People believe it's just because they are getting older and aging, but most of the time, it's just mitochondrial decline, and no one realizes it.
You don't really know what it is, you know. But by the way, let me ask you a question. What did you start seeing in my body after all those tests?
When we got everything back, it was chaos.
Yeah.
Right? And we discussed how that looked.
Oh, it was an unhappy moment for me. You know, you're talking to your doctor, and, hey, man, so what you see? Chaos. What? You know, you start thinking, you're like, man, I'm in really bad shape, you know.
Your body was in a chaotic state. I'm sure you felt that way as well. Your mitochondria were underperforming and fatigued.
I mean, now I understand, you know, exactly why I was struggling with all of these things. You know, I had low energy. My focus wasn't sharp. I was off. I was fatigued. I really wasn't sleeping well. I was just missing my old vigor, my strength, even in the gym, because I like going to the gym. My stomach was always hurting. I stayed bloated. I had problems in the bathroom. I felt bloated, irritated. I mean, who knew, you know, that this thing called a mitochondria? How would I know that? You know, he went to school 12 years for that. It took me 12 times to even learn how to pronounce it.
We got it, though.
You know, and they're mighty and they're responsible for everything in your body, man. I get it now. And your health is all about your cells' health. You got to get healthy on this cellular level, man. And it all starts with the mitochondria. If you strengthen the mitochondria, it leads to optimal energy production. It rejuvenates the cells. It helps the body function. All of it gets happening at a peak performance level.
So now that you understand mitochondrial health, the next question is how do we fix the mitochondrial decline?
Okay, that's it. What is the solution? That's your job, Doc. Tell everybody.
So think about it. Since mitochondria turns the food we eat into those smaller pieces into that miracle molecule, then we need to feed and re-nourish the mitochondria with the right nutrients and foods to make more of that miracle molecule to keep your body working optimally. So the healthier the mitochondria in your body, the better you'll feel, the more energy you'll have, your focus will improve, the more robust metabolism you will have, which ultimately means you may lose weight easier again. And if all of that wasn't enough, healthy mitochondria have also been linked to longevity.
Well, you know that's exactly what I want, man. Will it help me live that dream that I told you about? I want to reach 104.
Remember, absolutely. I've closely studied blue zones and their secrets to longevity. These are areas of the world where there are large percentages of people living to 100 and older. Research has shown that groups of centenarians living long lives in Japan, Greece, and Finland have optimal mitochondrial function through healthy lifestyle practices.
All right, finally, this is it. Tell everybody what it is.
All right. Mitochondria can be recharged by feeding and cleaning them out so they work better. I call it giving them an M charge, which stands for mitochondrial charge, of course.
Okay, now, before you think that he's going to say, oh my gosh, it's not some crazy diet that you got to go on. It's not a bunch of pills you got to take. It's nothing like that. I promise you, folks. It's simple. In fact, this mitochondrial recharge, it only takes about 30 seconds a day, folks. For me, did you do a mitochondria makeover?
I sure did. My plan for you included a whole range of vitamins, antioxidants, binders, amino acids, and other nutritional compounds that are all crucial for mitochondrial health. But I have 3 secret superhero ingredients my research has found that works best. So number 1 was fulvic acid. This is one of my absolute favorites. You see, first you need to clean up your cells before you recharge them. And one of the best ways to do that is with fulvic acid, which is a powerful cleaning agent and a robust antioxidant that also has great digestive benefits. Fulvic acid is a natural compound that's formed when bacteria in soil break down plant material over long periods of time. We used to get plenty of this hundreds of years ago, but sadly, with the rise of factory farming over the past century, the amount of fulvic acid in our soil and our diets has virtually disappeared. Recently, scientists who had a hunch this lack of fulvic acid could be causing the extreme rise in obesity, digestive issues, and excess fatigue for millions of people have started experimenting putting fulvic acid back in people's diets. Now, numerous research studies have proven fulvic acid increases the good bacteria in your gut and significantly improves digestion, while also setting the stage for that mitochondrial recharge. In fact, scientists found in one study at the University of Leipzig in Berlin, a group of men and women who supplemented with fulvic acid over 30 days had increased the good bacteria in their body by an astounding 30%. That's much more powerful than pretty much all probiotics.
Okay, like a superfood. Give it to me. What is superhero ingredient number 2?
Remember that ATP, the crucial energy that our mitochondria makes that we call the miracle molecule? Well, once I detoxed your cells with fulvic acid to set the stage for that mitochondria recharge, I gave you the only natural compound clinically proven to increase the amount of ATP in your body. It's called ElevateTP, and it's made up of ancient peat, which, like fulvic acid, also used to be found in healthy soil. When studied in a lab against a placebo with dozens of people, ElevateTP increased blood levels of ATP, or your miracle molecule, by 40% after just 1 hour, and by 28% after 3 hours. After decades as a medical professional, talking to hundreds of scientists and medical colleagues, ElevateTP is the most powerful ingredient for fighting mitochondrial decline, and something that immediately helps you feel less fatigue and more natural energy.
Okay, so what did you recommend for number 3?
Well, once I cleaned up your cells and had your mitochondria creating more miracle molecules, and you were feeling more energy, better in your gut, less brain fog, I had to make sure that you had something that would slow down the mitochondrial decline for good. Since I know you can't eat perfect all the time, avoid all the pesticides in our environment, or fully prevent cellular aging, so the last ingredient I recommend was something called pyrroloquinone. But us doctors in the know just call it PQQ. PQQ is a compound found naturally in fruits like kiwis and is also found in healthy soil in a few parts of the world. What makes PQQ so amazing is, across a multitude of clinical studies, PQQ was proven to increase the number of mitochondria in your body. In fact, the scientific journal Nature has published that PQQ is essentially a new vitamin, and the National Academy of Sciences in 2018 identified PQQ as a longevity vitamin necessary for long-term health. So with my powerful mitochondria recharge plan, we did these 3 things. Number 1, I gently cleansed your cells with that fulvic acid for immediate improvement in your digestion. Number 2, I increased the amount of ATP, or miracle molecule, your mitochondria produce with that ElevateTP for immediate improvement in your energy and focus. And third, I multiplied the number of mitochondria in your body with PQQ. So those were the 3 superhero ingredients specifically studied to target mitochondrial decline, but I soon discovered a list of common foods that also helped with mitochondrial decline. And as a bonus ingredient, I gave you something called Bacillus subtilis to target those tummy concerns. It's a powerful probiotic that repopulates the good bacteria in the gut. It helped support all those issues you had surrounding your digestion, like regularity, stomach concerns, and bloating.
Yeah, that was it. That was really key for me, and I'm sure for everybody out there. Well, I mean, I know it works, man, because my focus was sharper, my brain fog had improved in just days. It was just really amazing for me.
There was an added, right? So one little extra I put in the plan for you was also a little something for Miss Harvey, right? Maca root. It's known
Gotta get that maca.
Is known as an aphrodisiac,
yeah,
for the king of love.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah. Now everybody wants some now.
Yeah.
They writing that down. Maca, aphrodisiac. Yeah, that was I really appreciate that. You know, I'm that dude. I'm a TV star. I'm a star in the bedroom. It's just a lot going on right now.
Well,
yeah, make sure you don't cut that off the tape either. Put that in there. I just made that up. I just felt like, you know, sometimes you do stuff for your own ego. Ain't like you can disprove it. And she ain't here to say, well, no, he ain't. So, man, sometimes it was like 20 pills in the morning, and I was taking 30 pills in the evening. And I kid you not, I was taking that many supplements because, as you say, I was in so much chaos. And it was just a huge undertaking for me to just do that. That was one of the complaints I kept saying to you.
Absolutely. And, you know, I love you, and I love the text that you would give me early in the morning about the 30, 40 pills that you were taking.
Yeah, they were very Christian-like texts, though.
Yeah. But, you know, the team, we were up for a challenge to, you know, give you what you needed, but also try to break that down, too.
Well, everybody, Bashira's back with us. Now, you know, she has a PhD in natural medicine. So I just kept trying to find a way to make it easier, man. There's got to be a better way. So do you remember when I had that crazy idea, though?
Oh, my gosh, how could we forget?
I said, put all the pills in a smoothie. Just make a smoothie. Then I could just drink all of it at once. Boom, get it over with. Put some bananas in it, some berries in it, you know, apple. Just put it in there. Drop a little stevia in it. I'm thinking of the health stuff I can contribute. Make me a 50-pill smoothie and put it in there. Some of the pills was called like hell. Some of them was called defecation. Some of the pills was urine. Some of the pills was pus. And just put it all in there and just make a smoothie out of it. That was my idea. So I'm going to put Dr. Santana on the spot right now. We were kind of trailblazing here. We ended up with like 50 pills a day, something crazy like that. And I don't do that anymore. I figured it out. I don't do nothing like that no more. I want you all to know I'm changed. Look, everybody, the changes I felt, it just blew me away, really, because I knew I needed to open up about the whole story with everybody today. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to share your mission. Sometimes you ever hear old people say, you know, in order to have a testimony, you got to have a test. I had the test, and I passed the test. And now today I have something to share with people, you know, something that I can give to the public and they can get some benefit. And you're going to find out about the secret of how we were able to minimize all these steps into just one simple addition to my morning routine. But before we do, we need to tell you even more benefits that it gave me and it can give to you.
Yes, and I think we all remember the day that you called us and you said that your stylist said that he had to pull in all of your pants because you had lost so many inches in your waist. Remember that?
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's a round of applause. Thank you. Take in the pants!
So you know, feeding those mitochondria even helped you lose all the weight that you had been struggling with for so long. So that's just another benefit of getting your mitochondria healthy.
I still have goals that I'm going for, but I really wanted to gain more energy, you know, and I also ended up losing a few inches off their waist, which was great because my side view is not as troubling anymore. It's the side view that's troubling, folks. We all look good head on. But please, do yourself a favor at one point today. Turn to the side. Stay there. Don't run. Ain't nobody in your bathroom. It's you.
So if you can care for your mitochondria properly, it may also help you feel like you're 20 years younger again. You may even feel like you have the cells of a younger man.
I mean, I felt better. I really do feel young. I mean, I hear compliments, you know, but I actually defy my age. Yeah. I don't act 65. I try not to look 65. I don't walk 65. I certainly don't have the energy of the average 65-year-old person. I mean, we all know somebody that's 65 that really you got to go, hey, man, you need to do something. And I just didn't want to be that guy. And I just wanted to share it even more with people because it really, really touched me in a special way. You know, my father's favorite saying when I was growing up, best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. That message resonated with me, man, so hard. So I've always tried to be what I wanted to inspire people to. And, you know, I found a way that I can help everybody. I know people don't know how or have the means to get it done on their own or how to even take the first step because I had the means and the ability to take these steps. But I know the average person, they don't have the information. They may not have all the resources, you know. And that's the thing about it. I knew I had to find a way to take everything that I was taking to make me a new man into one easy drink. That was the mission, something that everybody, your son, your husband, your wife, your dad, your mom, your aunt, your grandmother, your grandparents, everybody. So I said, find the best world-class researcher in the supplement business, formulate the perfect drink. And they sure did, man. But it was not easy, folks. I'm telling you, it just wasn't. My team looked for over a year to find just the perfect person to make it.